So then I went to another pile of literature, the empowerment literature, the if it's to be, it's up to me approach to confidence. And I noticed that in the empowerment literature, there were essentially 3 strategies for confidence. And you could use them together or you could use them independently. So in some books, they talked about physiology. So there's a very popular TED Talk where the speaker shared research about how if you stood in the posture of a superhero, kind of like I did when I first was learning about this, and you stood like a superhero for 10 minutes, it would change your physiology and it would change your brain chemistry, and for 30 minutes or a certain period of time afterwards, you would simply feel more confident. And that's kind of cool, right? That's kind of neat. That's a neat trick when you can do it. When you've got 10 minutes to stand like a superhero and not feel like an idiot before your date or before going out or before what you do. But it doesn't feel very stable to me. I never really thought, oh yeah, that's how you do it. Because again, all sorts of people just show up confident. I've had so many experiences in my life where I was confident for no reason that I could think of whatsoever. And all sorts of other experiences where I did everything I knew to do to be confident, and it didn't work. So the second empowerment strategy is mental rehearsal. So you think about times in the past where you've been successful, times in the past where you felt confident. You step into that confident self and you see through their eyes and hear through their ears and feel the confidence they felt. And it feels kind of cool, right? Like if you try it now, you'll go, yeah! But again, there's something artificial about it. It's not you, it's like a confident suit that you put on. And if that were the only option, okay, it's not a terrible option. But it can't be true. It can't be fundamentally where confidence comes from, because there's all sorts of times where people are confident in situations they have no experience of. There's all sorts of times where people have done something 1,000 times and they're more nervous than they were the first time. So it can't just be a question of mental rehearsal, of experience. So then there's a third strategy within the empowerment school that says preparation leads to confidence. So if you've practiced it 1,000 times, if you put in 10,000 hours, you'll be confident. And if you haven't prepared enough, if you haven't rehearsed it enough times, then you won't be confident. And in fact, when I was first learning to do public speaking, and it was interesting because I had actually been teaching since 1990, but when my first book came out in 2006, I knew I was going to be going on the road and actually giving talks as opposed to seminars. And in my head, that was completely different. Because in my head, a seminar, well, that's easy because you're just talking to people and they talk back to you and they ask you questions and you talk to them. But a talk, well, that's like acting. That's like performance. I got to rehearse that. And so I wanted to learn the right way to do it. And I asked around, and a lot of people talked about this one program. I won't mention it by name for reasons that will become obvious. And it was like, this is the program. And I called them up, and they didn't have a program in my area that was going to happen before my book came out. But they said, look, we have an online program that you can do. Actually, it wasn't online back then, it was on CD. And so why don't you do that? And then if you want to come on a live course later, we'll credit you. And it was like, great. So I watch it, and I watched the guy that the course was built around. And he had died since the course was created, but the company was still running. And he was brilliant. I watched him give a 30-minute talk, and I laughed and I cried, and I thought, man, that's it. I'm so glad I got this course. I cannot wait. And then this guy comes out dressed for success. And he goes, wasn't that fantastic? Over the course of this course, we're going to teach you how to fake everything he just did. We'll teach you how to seem spontaneous. We'll teach you how to look like you've lost your words and then find it. We'll teach you how to seem like you're being inspired in the moment, even though you've done the speech 1,000 times. And I didn't get much further than that, because I just knew that was not what I was looking for. Well, I knew what I wasn't looking for. I wasn't looking for more confidence tricks. I wasn't looking for things that I had to do a lot of in order to be confident, or things that I just had to wait till I'd done it 1,000 times. Because I knew, again, that can't be the real source of confidence.